Hello, it's Clive de Carl, another edition of the Health Revolution, and I'm joined, not for the first time, it's wonderful to have John White back with me. And John has developed this little device, which I've been using every day. I've had it in my pocket. And when I first got it, John kindly sent me one. Um, because I'm not terribly sensitive to this sort of stuff, I gave it to my colleagues who right away started talking rather positively about it. So we bought a few more, and I got mine back. And although I've tried a few programs, the one I decided that I'd probably noticed the difference most with was the Good Near Vision program, because I'm super aware that I'm on the screen probably too much, arguably, and then I'm reading a lot of books, and uh, I'm aware that, I got to about 16, 8, 69 before I really had to wear reading glasses. Now it's fine if the light's really good. But so I know exactly where my vision is. And while I can't say with def something definite that my vision's better, I'm beginning to think it is because I'm finding the need to put these on, I think is diminishing, but I think you need to come back to me in a month or something. What sort of results have you had? How long is this tiny little thing? How long does it normally take for somebody to go, ooh, aha, you might say? Um, uh, yeah, how long until somebody notices, in general?
It depends what it is, Clive. And thanks for introducing me to letting me on your show. You were the very first person to interview me, by the way, about 9 or so years ago, maybe 10 years ago. It depends what it is. Sometimes it's immediate because there's so many programs in this device. There's programs for sleep. So if you run a sleep program, you'll notice it when you turn it on that you get a good night's sleep. Um, I've I wonder if I can name drop. Well, um, an elderly person who from here on in will be referred to as my father. He's getting on in years, and he's got knee problems, as quite often old people do. And we sent him a Halo, and I preloaded it with some programs because he's not very computer literate. Well, he is, but it takes a while. I wanted him to start using it straight away and have no excuse for not using it. And he noticed immediate results. The strength is returning to his stride, which is great. But as often happens, um, it got taken to one side because his wife, my mother and my stepmother, she has problems sleeping, and she put it on use sleep programs and had my father was saying she normally would wake up about 3 or 4 in the morning, but since she's been using Halo, she's been sleeping until 9. I mean 9, which is incredible for her because it just never happens. So we've sent her one as well so that my father can return back to his knees. This is actually the biggest problem, and I'm surprised you got your one back. You must have leaned quite heavily on your friend because
No, no, no.
I'm
It was only when two more arrived that I was privileged enough to get it back. They weren't willing to part with it otherwise.
no. Well, this is my problem. Like I'm the developer of the unit. I get one for my own use because it really is a magical device. And then someone has a need for one, and oh, I've got one here. Take this one. I never get it back. I never get it back. So this is my fourth one, and there's no way on earth I'm going to lend this one out. This is my kitten. Um, and my favorite program is Young Body. Young Body is all encompassing. If you're young, then you don't get some diseases, you've got more energy, you get everything's just better. You think back to when you were 30 and 40. Life was grand, no aches and pains. And that's where I want to be. Now, the Young Body program, contains a protein which is very, very important. The program's called TERT. It makes sure that your telomeres, which is like your candle, your life candle is burning out, right? And the wax is getting shorter and shorter. Well, what the TERT does is make the wax longer again. And so the candle can burn longer. And I want to be ripe in my old age, you know. I don't want to be pushing up daisies too soon. And so always I run Young Body. I've never really had much need to run any of the other programs because I found that Young Body seems to cover everything because I guess because my telomeres are getting longer again. So that's my immediate go-to program. Hey, while we're talking about programs, can I share my screen, Clive?
Yeah, yeah,
And
go right ahead.
okay, let's see if I can do this. Share. And I won't worry about sharing sound because I won't be having any sound there. This is the software that you use to load programs in. On the right hand side, you can see My Halo. My Halo is the programs that I have currently loaded in. And it includes a quick install pack. If you click here, there are 19 programs. These are 19 of our most popular programs get transferred into your Halo. So probably when you first get your Halo, you click on there and loads up all the goodness. And it's got all sorts of things like toothache. These programs, by the way, have all been tested and verified to be working. Only the creme de la creme programs make their way into here. So tooth and gum discomfort. We've, for reasons known to everybody, we've had to take care in the names of the programs, you know, to get things past the people. But you can read by the program names, get an indication of what it does. Young Body makes it is under beauty, but there's also acne, which is a problem that a lot of young people and some older people have got, and that's a very popular program to run. For people that are starting to get wrinkles, collagen is a good program to run. Incidentally, collagen isn't just for wrinkles, it's also for internal as well. It's your connective protein for your cells. Figure, glowing, thicker hair woman, and the very, very important one, thicker hair men. If you're wanting to grow more hair. I haven't run that one because um, two reasons. One, no, I'm not, you know, I'm happy with how I am. And the other reason is I've got enough hair. Thank you very much. So I don't want to go anymore. But another really popular set of programs is under sleep. Now, a lot of people have problems sleeping. Usually it's due to one of two things: internal worry, thinking about things, unable to just turn your brain off. And the other thing is that life, the environment we're in, where we are heavily polluted with airwaves, artificial lights, and the noise pollution, which is difficult to get away from. All these things make it difficult to get a good night's sleep. And if you don't get your sleep, then the very serious health conditions start to develop, even cancer. So if you can ensure you get your sleep, of course, eat the right foods and things, then your chance of becoming really sick later on diminishes. So the sleep programs are very, very popular insofar as we've even got three good sleep, one, two, and three. And different people find that different sleep programs work better for them. Maybe the most popular one is Good Sleep 2. That's the one that gets most of the positive feedbacks, but the other two are good as well. As one becomes more mature in age, the comfort programs start become more popular. Muscle discomfort, back discomfort, body discomfort. And again, each of these programs has been carefully curated to work the very, very best.
So
Um,
would I be right in saying that 10 years plus of working with the spooky frequencies, you're now presumably 10 years down the road of honing down the frequencies at work because you've had so much feedback over the last decade.
that's right. And the way that we are as a company, we keep in touch with all our customers with the social media ways, Facebook, YouTube, not so much, but a little bit, our forum, where people can liaise directly with us. So we know that our products work and we know where things can be improved, and we make these improvements in the databases, and we cull all the programs that are just not really working that well and introduce programs that do work really well.
So,
Not just
uh,
that, Clive, Nicole, but we haven't just sat on our laurels. We've been creating methods to derive frequencies as well. For example, a lot of the programs here are protein programs, and only a Halo can run them as they should be. Protein programs tend to be very, very long. They've got to be played very quickly because the proteins divide very rapidly. And only a Halo can do that at the precision that's required.
so it seems to me that you're almost back at the situation you were in 10 years ago, where presumably, I mean, when you first started, I remember you saying that we've got this target of $200. We want to produce a machine that is just so ridiculously affordable that everybody will be able to benefit from it. And it seems to
Yes.
me now that because the units, you developed more advanced units and the price went up because they did a lot more. Would I be right in saying that you're now closer to your original aim? Can you say that these programs really are now, the best, the most important ones, and people don't have to, let's say, spend the money on a massive scalar machine or something? That perhaps for a lot of people is actually totally out of the question. Is
Yeah,
it
that would
that?
be, yes, that would be true, Clive. As you say, we've been doing this for a while and we've got more than just a few years of true experience under our belts. And, we've got a consumer base in the hundreds of thousands. So we know what we're doing. And what you're looking at now with these programs are the result, the accumulated result of all our experience and all of our expertise in this device. So yes, um, as it happens, um, this is a market improvement to what we've had in the past. We always push the boundaries with the AHA Halo. For example, we were going to make a Microgen 2, which is a portable contact mode type device, a TENS machine, a glorified TENS machine. And then we discovered that we can actually use a scalar field using the same base electronics with different drivers and things. So I tested it and was actually gobsmacked with the results. And so the rest is kind of like history. We have a lot of experience already with Scalar because we have our spooky Scalar device, but that's totally not portable. It's got a link cable between two big boxes. You wouldn't want to carry that around. And it's got to be plugged into the wall as well. But so this is like the best of many worlds. The scalar field is a natural field that does absolute wonders. It really is amazing what it does. It speaks the language of your body because the DNA in our cells is a scalar receiver. So it speaks the language, and we're sending the absolute exact frequencies necessary to resolve a certain problem or issue. And the results are miraculous. When we were developing it, other people were like how we were at the beginning, how can something so small have an effect or even create a scalar field? I mean, this is crazy. So we added a program in here which provides positive proof, and a program that allows everyone to experience and know that some magic is happening, even if it can't be understood by them. And the program is, I've got to try and find it. Um, it's water imprinting. I think I thought it was at the start. Oh, I made it alphabetical order. um, water imprinting. Where's that? Hmm. Uh,
Take your
so,
time. So I can edit this bit out. Don't worry. No,
okay.
no rush.
So it's not comfort, cleansing, holistic body care. Hmm. Spiritual well-being. Maybe it's there. That's why I can't see it. It's at the bottom. So we created a program called Water Charger. If you load and run Water Charger and you have Halo next to a cup of water, leave it to run for 6 minutes at least, which is the duration of the program, and drink that water. And that water will taste so sweet, so lovely, um, that you will become convinced. So that's sort of like a proof of function program that we put in there. But
Is there one that cleans up water by any chance?
well, actually, a lot of them do. Water holds frequencies very well. So when you're saying about cleaning up water, I don't think you'd get anything that will take away something from the water, but you can add to the water something that will um, help you handle the nasties in the water, like the chlorine, fluoride, and other things. Um, and a lot of the local municipal waterworks, they don't really worry about whether birds fly into the lake and do their business and fly away. They don't worry too much. They think, well, it's going to be diluted so much that it's not going to be a problem. But anyone who's into homeopathy knows that dilution doesn't quite work that way. It's information. Um, so yeah, I think it'll still be wise to use water filters, but certainly you can use Halo to program the water with whatever you want it to be treating you with. Um, yeah, the programs are really far reaching. Is everything, even vitamin and mineral, which I suppose that could be a good thing to put into water, for keeping yourself healthy. So
Mm.
there's over 100 programs here anyway. Halo holds 30, and I've got it loaded up to the maximum here, as you can see. But always, I'm running the young body one. And I think I'm aging okay. I mean, I don't look a day over 30, well, 80. I think I'm doing okay.
So
And
why doesn't it come preloaded? That was the first thing that I thought, oh, well, that's disappointing. Well, why
yeah,
isn't it ready to run?
yeah, I know. There's several things we had to make compromises for. It doesn't come preloaded so I can get through customs without people turning it on and thinking, oh, hang on a moment, this is a treatment machine.
Well,
We
that's very
didn't want that.
interesting. I think there should be a note when they first unpack the box that explains that, because otherwise it's frustrating. You just think, well, why didn't they do it?
Oh, okay. No, it's not through laziness. It'll be easy for us to do.
Or
And it's
great.
something we want to do. But, Clive, we've, like a lot of other alternative, gosh, I don't like that word, um, health suppliers um, are being, um, well, what's another word for hammered?
Persecuted. I mean, health is against
It's-
the law.
and so we've yeah, that's right, it is. So we've had to make do things this way just to get things, at least the people can get their units
Yeah, no,
and their.
no, that answers the question. What my next and only other criticism is I have to put it on charge every night, and I want it to last for at least a week, like your phone does or something.
It's because, Clive, unlike a lot of things out there, but I won't compare and I won't give names. There actually is real electronics here. The brains in here is more than our GX Pro, which is our top level generator.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
a
it.
really smart machine. And so it takes real power to drive it. And yes, it is low power, but um, if we put a larger battery in there, then it'll be much heavier and the device will be larger because you can feel by the weight, it's full. There's no air.
Personally, but personally, I'd put up with that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of people wouldn't because then it wouldn't fit in their pockets, see.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Fair enough.
And I would say that wasn't a compromise. The idea was, okay, you use it during the day. It lasts a full 48 hours, but you use it during the day and then you can plug it in and still keep on running it at
Yeah.
night time. And so you get the 24-hour coverage. And at night time, it's an ideal time to treat yourself because that's the time when your body is doing its flushing, its purging, and renewal. And so,
Uh,
arguably, the best time to use it.
have you ever found any downsides whatsoever to running frequencies?
Not with Scalar. And actually, I'm not that sensitive either. You and I are both alike in that way. I can run a lot of frequencies and not get any effect. Um, maybe because my body may not be loaded with pathogens, maybe. But now this wasn't with Halo, but Halo does it too. But my first full Technicolor dream was when I was sleeping in the Spooky 2 scalar field. And I get that again with this one too when it's running. My dreams are very vivid and color. And my dreams would always be like dull and black and white. I thought dreams were just always like that. I never realized that dreams could be in color.
It may be that you were low on vitamin B12.
It could be because
B12
I
seems to
am
be
a
hot.
yeah, but all my life I've been black and white.
You might have been low on B12 always. Maybe your metabolism doesn't absorb animal products as well as some people's do. I don't know.
Yeah, it
But
could be.
just last week, somebody was telling me how their dreams, they'd never done B12 before they had an injection, actually, and then
Yes.
patches. And they're suddenly dreaming vividly. They couldn't remember when they last dreamed, let alone in color.
Well, I've been one thing. We've all got our quirks. One of my quirks is I love brewer's yeast. I love the taste of brewer's
Yeah,
yeast.
yeah. Yeah, me
And
too.
Bragg's is a fortified one with we're plugging a company we don't even yeah. And it's fortified with B12, 6 and 3 and 2, whatever.
Did you say Braggs a moment ago?
Yes.
They got taken over, and I'm not sure that things are the same. There may be, but I'm always nervous when people get bought out and taken over that there's
Yeah.
a reason
Oh,
behind it because they
yeah.
were very big, are very big.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't know that. It tastes the same. The labels are the same. Maybe it's old stock.
Well, um,
But
I wanted
I
to put organic um, brewer's yeast, as a supplement. I couldn't find an organic brewer's yeast manufacturer who would sell them to me because the demand outstrips supply.
really.
That's what I found. It may be different now with
Wow.
ChatGPT. They could probably track something down more effectively. The
Yes.
ChatGPT has been absolutely incredible. I mean, it's just like Google was at the beginning, where assuming you ask a few key questions in the settings, you say, I don't want this and I don't want that and I do want this.
Yes. Yes.
Then you
Yes.
say, I know you try to please me, but I want unbiased. Don't try and please me. Just give
Yes.
the raw
Yes.
stuff. And
Yes.
so if you set a few parameters, I mean, whereas it used to take me, say, 3 months to design a complex supplement blend, now it's a fraction of the time. I mean, you have to be able to see what's a hallucination on AI's part or what's real. Um, but if you know your subject, then it's pretty easy to go through it. And it's saved ludicrous amounts of time. I can't tell you, it's incredible.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, you and I are like there too. I also make brew my own supplements. But in China, see, we get raw materials. We've got the factories here that make it, and there's also the freedom to do it without getting any knocks on the door or having to prove that you're not going to throw it into a water supply system. They just give you a whole kilo. I bought a kilo of ivermectin powder because I could, and I wasn't sure whether they're going to ever put restrictions in. So in the very early days, I got a kilo. I've just got it in the freezer. I don't want to, and it only costs something like UK, I don't know, £40, something like that.
Wow. And
Yeah.
it, the American press in particular put out all this hate stuff about China that you can't trust the quality. And, how true is it that the quality of the Chinese raw materials is any worse than the American or the European? I mean, is that just literally a myth put out to crush the competition?
It's probably about 50% true. If you go shopping in some places, then it will be counterfeit. It'll be colored powder. But if you go to the factories that make it, and they've got the certifications to show you this is what it is, then it is the real deal. In fact, sometimes it's better than what you can get elsewhere. But people buy by price, and so the people when they buy stuff they generally get the fake stuff, so that is it's probably half true, but that's the same with any other country, a lot of other countries where you buy X, Y, and you get Z.
Well, absolutely. I used to have an organic farm 30 odd years ago, and we
Wow.
grew some olives amongst other things. So I researched the olive oil market. Turns out at that time that Italy grew this many olives, but sold 10 times that amount of oil. Okay, how were they doing that exactly?
Do the maths. Yeah, that's right.
But
And
there are
that's
no
the
mafia connections with Italy, so you don't need to worry about that side of it.
and so it I think they're trying to make something which is a human nature thing, which is greed, a political football.
Yeah.
And greed is in every country.
And when I
Uh,
had
but
the organic farm, they never came to check in 10 years that they never
wow,
came. Um,
yeah.
I'm sure in England it's all wonderful and marvelous, but in China, you know, if they say it's organic, how likely is that to be true? Same as in Europe or England that or what?
Uh, well, they have got if you lay claim that you're organic and the authorities find you're not organic,
They cut your tongue off.
then then they do something physical to you. Yeah. And so
Okay,
it's
well,
kind of like, and not just that, but they'll make someone the I don't know that they do so they really hammer one person, so everyone other people think, wow, I'm not going to go there, I'm not going to do it. And so they hammer one person hard, and that's their policing method.
yeah.
And there's no the people just don't want to go there. So if you buy from a reputable factory that says they're organic, then they will be. Otherwise, they're going to lose their licensing. They're going to lose everything is taken away. It's pretty. They're strong here. Um, They don't just bark.
Okay, well that's I think quite reassuring for a lot of people. Um, well, that's fantastic. Um, you don't have to answer this. How many more projects have you got on the go at once?
Oh, wow. Halo, it took us about 2 years. It took me about 2 years to get that sorted. We are on two other projects, but one in particular, which I'm pretty keen to get out there, but it's very early for that. But and you always ask me what and that, and I always get into trouble because Echo, my wife, she watches the video and says, "I said that.
Yeah,
I thought we said."
so that we'll just
So
keep
I can't go,
fighting
but
with the
it's
unknown.
just think of something which is really cool and and very very useful and full of goodness, and that's exactly what it is.
Fantastic. All right, well, thank you so much, John. Fascinating as always. And I'll be in touch as soon as my vision becomes absolutely crystal clear.